a good plan firm is going to have a proactive service model. So for everyone watching on YouTube, we'll actually throw up just a kind of a high level depiction of our proactive service model. We find that across the industry, a service model is what you should expect from planning, because really we do have an annual cadence because we file taxes annually, and planning inherently has a lot of tax implications. An annual calendar kind of makes most sense, and we'll have different plan health checkups that have an every 2 year or an every 3 year cadence, because there's certain things we don't necessarily try to cram all into a single year every year. But yeah, if you're looking on screen, we've kind of got three big buckets, strategy, planning, and tax prep. So this is beginning of the year. We're setting strategy for the year, looking at the different expected events for the year, taxable events, life events, etc. Setting strategy, also making sure that we're prepared to have a successful, efficient tax filing season. Middle of the year, we're doing initial tax planning and plan health checkups, right? So if you've got a comprehensive plan, there's a number of things that we will want to look at, oftentimes kind of more in the background. We do this in the summer, so we're not like poking people a ton when they're trying to enjoy their summer. But we'll get their tax return and do kind of some initial projections for the coming year to make it most efficient, identify any watch outs, kind of ratify or re-ratify strategy from earlier. And then end of year is really about finalizing and implementing the strategies, right? So for a lot of big strategies that are having taxable implications, we want to do that toward the end of the year because we have the clearest picture of, how your year shook out. I mean, there's so many things that can and do change for people during the course of a year. So, that's why we're really doing like big key implementation items at the end of the year. So yes, I know I got nerdy about our service model there, but that's something that you want to look for, is like, what is the service model that I'm paying for? Because that really helps you start to have a price for value conversation.
Mm, so well said. What is the service model that you are in? Is there a service model? And then is it proactive, right? Ours, we built it around being thoughtful, caring, and proactive. And this is something that you have to ask if you're receiving.
hmm Yeah, and that's a flag five, and we probably don't have to linger here, but if there's no systematic looking ahead, then you're receiving reactive service. And that really, we just see that stop being a fit for people when they begin to have more complex, particularly tax circumstances, a lot of times around equity compensation, right? If you're not looking ahead on equity compensation, you're losing for sure.
If your planner isn't aware of what's happening in your life over the next 12 to 18 months, then that's a miss.
Yeah, if your planner doesn't have a view of your future, or and any kind of data about it, then like they can't even take the first step toward helping you. So if they're not acquiring that information, then you're certainly not getting a proactive service model.
Right. And that's why in our proactive service model, we have that goal setting strategy session at the beginning, the first quarter of the year, so that we can say, okay, what's upcoming? And then here are the strategies that we're going to implement and make sure we execute throughout the year.